Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Siobhan. Today is just a little vlog, me doing some house organization, making breakfast. This is on Saturday, and I'm making a Jamaican breakfast for my family and I. I'm making ackee and saltfish with boiled green banana, and my kids are gonna have fried plantain with this Vienna sausage that they like. And this is just what I'm doing. So ackee and saltfish is my favorite Jamaican dish. I'm using the Linstead Market ackee. I can get pretty much any kind of ackee in the can here in New York. And that's the brand that I like. I cut up my onion, my peppers, because I'm going to use that when I'm making the ackee. So I'm doing housework. Today I'm going to be organizing the kitchen and especially the pantry and the refrigerator. So there's going to be a little home goods trip involved. So this is how I boil the banana. I cut them slightly and I put them in the pot with the skin on, and then it will actually get really soft and the banana just slides right out once it's done. So I always wash the cans before I open them, because you just never know what crawls on them when they're in the supermarket. So that's just something that I do all the time. So the bananas take a very long time to boil. I wouldn't say long, but it takes a while. So in the meantime, I'm just looking in the fridge to see what items need to be tossed. Whenever I organize the fridge, the first thing I do is go through the old items, new ones, check the dates, and just make sure that nothing here is spoiled. If it's spoiled or have an expiration date, I'll make sure I move those up front or try to meal plan with something that's going to be expiring soon so it doesn't go to waste. I also did a little bit of planning. I wrote down some items to get at the supermarket and basic to do. So this is why I like to keep my planner with me close by, because I'm always going to draw for it to write down things so I don't have to count on myself to remember them. So this is me writing in the planner and making a list that I love to do. So a check on the bananas, and they are doing well. This is how the skin opens up as it continues to boil. You're going to see how easy it falls off the skin once they are done. If I can put the fork through the banana, that's how I can tell if it's soft and if it's ready. So the next thing I did was prepare the saltfish. After boiling the saltfish a few times, I boil it like 3 times because it's filled with salt. It's literally fish with salt. Even though we do want some of the saltness in the ackee, you do still have to boil it. So I break up the saltfish and then I put it in my pan. This is my favorite frying pan. I've had this pan for years and I will never get rid of it. I don't know, it just cooks everything so good. You know, when you have those pans, no matter how old it is, that's one of those. So this is what I do with the ackee. I strain it and I just rinse it off. It's already cooked, so you just kind of put it in and then it's kind of like heating it up. I put a little black pepper, and if the saltfish becomes too fresh because I boil it too much, you can pinch a little bit of salt in it. Don't take this video as a learning how to cook ackee and saltfish. This is just how I do it. I'm not the best chef, but hey, I know how to make that. So this is the bananas. They are super soft. These bananas were really soft, by the way, so they came out excellent. And this is the ackee and saltfish, just about finished. So here is the banana. The skin basically just falls right off. The bananas are so soft that they're breaking up as I'm taking them out of the plate. So these are green banana. I washed them very well prior to boiling them because I'm boiling with the skin on it. I did my fruit wash, scrub them to make sure they're clean. And I boil them like this. Some Jamaicans tend to peel the skin off like my mom, but I don't have that strength. So the plating was not all that, but I ate it with a piece of pear. Jamaicans love to add avocado to their foods. So we arrived at Home Goods and we're going to pick out some items to help organize the fridge a little bit more. Some clear containers. I want to keep the fruits in the fridge and just kind of make sure that everything has a place. And it's, in addition to the fridge organization, I want to clean out the pantry. It's very unorganized. The boys They are the worst at keeping it clean, so I'm gonna get some new baskets and go through everything, kind of do like an inventory of what we have in the house. And then after that, I'm gonna pack up Snoopy's bag.
Pack your bags too.
Pack Snoopy's spending the night at grandma bag, and
Overnight bag.
My bag. Go through
My stuff and towels.
the kids' stuff. Make sure they have just, you know, pajamas for the night. Refill my meds, and then I have a baby shower to go to, so I have to go home and do my hair. And that's pretty much it. Lots of running around, and I'm trying to get it done.
Some stuff for the trip, like travel supplies, like toothbrushes.
Yeah, just I have a toothbrush at home. We have a very full-size toothbrush, so I may not. I don't want to go to buy anything. It's just over in one night. I don't want to get too crazy about it. So, alright, so we're at Home Goods and black mask today because I left my brown mask at home.
Hey guys! Remember,
Breakfast was always
keeps the doctor away.
Breakfast was so good. The Ackee and Saltfish came out good. I have leftovers, so we're gonna save that for probably Monday when my husband makes some fried dumpling. Fried dumpling is one of my other favorite Jamaican foods that I love to have.
So good.
Alright, so we're heading to Home Goods. My bag, I'm carrying it for the day. I love this little bag. This is from Brandon Blackwood, and I purchased it just a few months ago. It can hold my wallet and like my phone, lotion, accessories, and things like that. I just love it. It comes with a strap, so it can be a crossbody, and super cute. So let's go. So I hardly go to Home Goods because I find that when I walk into the store, I always see a million things that I want. It's one of those traps. I know people talk a lot about Target, and you go in for one thing and you end up with a million things. It's the same concept for Home Goods, so I don't really go here too often anymore. But I'm doing a little bit of home refresh, like the entire house. So I figured the trip was good. First thing, we went in and saw this little bacon mini set. Not on the list, no real need for it, but she wanted that because she bakes a lot, so hey. But our main goal is containers for the pantry and for the refrigerator. I did get those items, but at the same time, I did get a lot of other things, and I end up spending around $300. So, I mean, the way I look at it is these are all for the house. Some may not be necessary, but anything to spruce up the house, to make it feel more homey, that's just where I am. They did have a lot of the organizing containers that I was looking for, these clear acrylic ones. They even had some where you can, like this one, you can just put the fruit in it, wash it, and then actually put the whole strainer back into the container. So I got a variety, and I decided that whatever did not fit or I did not use, I will just bring them back. This is just how I do when I'm organizing. I do have an idea of what I want, but sometimes you see so many things and you can kind of mix and match, rearrange things, and you don't really know what you're going to really need until you're actually there. So I just started with a few basic items. I did end up getting some cute little ice cube makers. They were like honeycomb, and we found pillows for the house. I was also looking for baskets that I didn't need. So we needed like a market pantry basket because we have one in the pantry now that is a little bit old. I didn't see one that fit really well, but I ended up just reusing the one we have at home. And here I am with all these pillows that I found because I am doing a little refresh for the living room as well. So I got new carpet the other day from Home Goods, and these pillows go perfect with it. So after we checked out, it was pouring outside. It was super pouring. My daughter was recording me. I don't know why the camera is like that. I think she was getting wet, but the rain came from nowhere, and I had to run across to get to the car. So we made it home safely, and then we had to start on all the organizing, and that's kind of like the fun part. So here I am just running across the street. I park right there, so it wasn't too bad. So these are the items we bought. I never had one of those egg trays. I used to just keep the eggs in one tray, but this one, I want to see how I like it. These are old baskets on the left from Target. I bought that flat one for snacks, and this actually came in the mail today. This is a new knife set that I purchased from Target. It was $99. I'm going to return it because some of it looked a little rusty, so I didn't really like that for spending so much money on it. So this is the pantry. It's not a walk-in pantry. It's basically two kind of pantry closet. And I want to use these baskets as pull-out trays. So we see how this shelf is kind of big. There's like extra space on top. We have extra shelves in the garage, so I'm going to put another shelf there to make it more to not waste space, because that's a lot of wasted space. So this is how the pantry was. It was organized neatly for a while. The baskets on the bottom had broke, so my husband thought to put it in that Rubbermaid container. So I have a lot of work to do, but this was just one of those things that just kind of bothered me for a while. And I basically took everything out and I kind of just cleaned. I did take that out. I don't know why I started vacuuming with it inside, but that was gone. So since these pantry shelves are deep, I put a basket in the front, and excess items I can store behind it because there's a lot of space in it. That goes for the containers that I use. If I take the product out of the container, like rice, I pour it into to my OXO containers. If I have excess rice, if I have excess cereal, it goes in the back. So this is the pull-out tray idea that I wanted to use it for, to make a better snack tray for the kids. My daughter organized it. She was super happy with her organization skills. So that's how it came out. And I put it on a tray and I can pull it right out. So I did already add the extra shelf here, so it just makes it a little bit more useful. So she's organizing the cereals, but I told her to put them in the front because I can always use the back to store extra boxes of cereal or excess cereal that could not fit. The second tray that I got, I used it for like foil paper, baking pan sheets, and stuff like that is on that one. So this is the rest of the closet, the pantry. I put some of the excess items in the back, and then the containers that have the items that are poured in, the containers are in the front. It makes it look neater when I open it, and that's just how I like to set it up. It's been like that since we got this pantry. So this is a decent sized pantry. I don't know the exact measurements. If you need it, just comment and I'll look it up. But it works for just small kitchen. The kitchen is kind of small. This is not like a really big kitchen, so we have to make the best use of the space. So I did the same process. I did one section at a time. I did not get to do the refrigerator because I had a baby shower to go to. In addition to that, the following day, we were going to do a one-night trip in Pennsylvania to go to Hershey Park. So there was just a lot of stuff going on, and I've almost halfway into this project, I'm like, this is a lot of work. And when I know I have something to do right after, I get a little bit anxious. So we stopped at just the pantry. We did not do the fridge organization. I said that I can do that once we get back from Pennsylvania and do it a little bit over time. So this one shelf that I'm working on is where I keep all the pasta. My husband likes to put the croutons there and things like that. And then I use the vacuumed up all of the crumbs. And then I went ahead and did a little bit of wiping down, but I used like a paper towel, and spray. So that's just how I clean it out. Nothing really special. So the process was really good. I also wiped down the white doors and the frame, because even though it's not super dirty on camera, but there are little streaks here and there that are visible. It's white. The kids are always in here, and sometimes their fingerprints are everywhere. So organizing this pantry, it's been about a week or so since I did this. This video is already recorded and it's still neat. So I pour out the pastas and I get rid of the containers. It just makes the shelves look neater. You don't have to do this, but it makes me happy. So, do whatever makes you happy. If you want to keep your boxes, you keep them. But I like to do this. People always ask, do I worry about expiration date? Nothing really lasts long in this house. We are a family of 4. My son loves to eat. We cook a lot of meals. A lot of our meals are made at home. And we're always utilizing the foods that are in the pantry. So this is how it looks when it's done. And we have a system now. The bottom shelf contains like paper plates, paper cups, plastic forks that are things that I can use in and out. So I did make some iced coffee because I needed a little treat. It's just 2 shots of decaf espresso. I already made the espresso in the morning and it was in the fridge. And then I added a little bit of vanilla syrup, the Starbucks brand. I picked it up from Home Goods. And also a little bit of caramel macchiato creamer, the Starbucks one in Target. So these are the containers that are going to be used in the refrigerator for the fruits and veggies. Not the veggies because the veggies go in the bottom, but the fruits. I did wash them out with warm soapy water and put a few of the fruits that were already out. There is a lot more work to be done in the refrigerator, but that's going to be another day and I will get that part of it done. So after this, I got ready, put myself together, and completely forgot to film to film that whole part of it. I swear sometimes you're doing something and then you completely forget what you're doing, and the next frame is literally me at the end of the day talking about how the baby shower went and then sharing my dinner. So I completely forgot that part, but this is just me in my home doing my day-to-day stuff, cleaning, organizing. This is the stuff that I do all the time. And right now we're working on the living room, dining room, and I'm doing some little refresh to my office. I'm going to be filming that. But this is a Saturday, doing errands, making breakfast, something that I do love to do because it's the easiest meal. My husband usually cooks dinner, and sometimes I help, but not all the time. But this is just, day in the life. One thing that I do like with these containers is that some of them are stackable. You can use the flat ones and stack them. If you have like a high space in the refrigerator, those are really good. But I do suggest if you're going to get things for your fridge or your pantry to kind of do your measurements before you go. It will just help a lot with selecting the items that will fit. It makes the whole process a lot easier. So don't do like me and just buy random things. Even though everything that I bought did work out and I ended up using pretty much all of them. So yeah, not too bad. So to end my day, I wore this top and a green pants to the baby shower. We got to the baby shower and then the baby shower is not even today. So I told my husband, let's just go home. He said, let's go to dinner. And I said, no, we're going to be on the road tomorrow and the next day, which means we have to eat out. So if I'm eating out, if I know there's a future date coming up where I'm going to be eating out, I don't like to eat out right before. I love home cooked meals. I love eating at home. It's better, it's healthier, and I'm just taking into consideration having to eat out on the road for 2 days. So I did not write down the baby shower details in my planner because that was his job. And so anyway, thanks for sharing this little day with me. I hope you have a wonderful evening or morning whenever you're watching this video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with my videos, and I will see you next time. Sorry for the background noise, but my husband was making dinner. This is what he made. He made grilled salmon. I love my salmon like grill and blackened. That's kind of like my thing. And we had a salad, which is a spring mix, a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette dressing, and some feta cheese, cucumbers, lime. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button.